Hello and welcome back. In this session, we're going to talk about the importance of learning concepts first and specifics second. Once I figured this out, the whole way I approached learning Salesforce changed. When I first started, I became hyper-focused on all of the details before I really understood the concept and how it fitted into the wider Salesforce picture. It made it really hard to actually make any progress and build momentum as I kept getting stuck and disheartened by my limited knowledge. I was so zoomed in that I couldn't see how it fit into the wider picture, the bigger picture, which meant I had no context for it. I didn't know which other concepts linked to it or how it impacted other parts of Salesforce. I needed to get a solid, high-level understanding before I focused on the more detailed aspects. A great analogy for this is a jigsaw puzzle. When we start with a jigsaw puzzle, we have hundreds, sometimes thousands of pieces that we know fit together. We just don't know how. We could try and work through each individual piece and place them where we think they should fit based on the picture we have on the box, but that would be practically impossible. So what we do is we build out the edges and the corners first. We get our outline and then we might build from there inwards, or we might start finding individual pieces that fit together that start creating mini pictures of the bigger picture that we're aiming for. Once we start putting them together, we start to build a wider picture, and as we get more sections of the jigsaw complete, we begin to see where the other pieces fit in. By starting with the outline, the high-level stuff, we can then start focusing down into smaller sections, which then lets us focus in on individual pieces. This approach is the approach that I want you to take when learning Salesforce. I want you to focus on getting a good idea of the wider parts of the concepts first, the outline if you will. Once you understand that, you can then start working on the individual pieces, the technical aspects such as configuration, limitations, and use cases. By working this way, you'll start to put together the pieces of concepts quickly and you'll be building on a solid foundation. But it doesn't stop there. One concept is just one concept, and there are hundreds of concepts that you need to learn. But just as with a jigsaw, you're not going to be sure of where they fit. So even as you're learning the concepts, you will feel a little lost. But don't worry about it, it's part of the process. Just make sure that you understand the concept, and when you come to the end of your studies, you will see how they all fit together. What you will notice when you take this approach is that a lot of the concepts and features of Salesforce work in a similar way, and it's just the objects that change or slight nuances. For example, web to lead is the same as web to case, just for the lead object rather than the case object, and there are a few other intricacies, but in general they are very similar. The same can be said about lead assignment rules and case assignment rules. As you learn more and more Salesforce concepts and you understand them at a high level, you'll quickly realise that you can rapidly learn later ones as you are just taking what you know and applying it to something else with a few changes. This is incredibly powerful as you increase your learning efficiency and effectiveness, and you are building those links between concepts, meaning that you're getting a broader understanding of Salesforce. You're essentially piecing together the jigsaw with a collection of pieces, not individual pieces. It's quite a simple but effective mind shift, and it's a technique that can make a huge difference to your studies. So, when you are studying, remember to get a high-level view and understanding of the concept first before you dive into the details. And even if you don't fully understand exactly how it fits, wait until you feel you've completed your studies before you panic. It will very likely drop into place once you understand the wider picture and the other concepts.